3 solar panels, that'll help out a lot. The 2 additional generators, that'll help out a lot. Happy birthday, Zion. Congrats on the Alzheimer's, Zion. Awesome. Alzheimer's. That's a fun one. And smithing will be done by Amy. That's the first thing that she does, and she's very good at it. So maybe we get some really good quality warhammers out of you. Making one right now, in fact. It'll take a little while, but it'll be worth it when it's done. Because the nice thing about Blunt is not a whole lot. I mean, it's dead, so I can't see its armor. Not a whole lot in base vanilla has Blunt defense. I think even centipedes only have like 38% or so Blunt defense on their armor. Everything's not great at defending against Blunt. So Blunt damage is a really, really good thing to get. So I'm quite happy to have nice solid warhammers. Yeah, geez, our power's just everywhere, man. We're starting to flicker a little bit. We could turn off the high-tech research bench and the smelter, because we're not using either of those right now. That saves us a bunch. The machining table, we're going to be shredding some mechanoids for a bit of steel. And the machining table, you don't do the scrap, do you? That's the... Well, that's the smelter. The slag. Yeah, smelt metal from slag. We'll keep it off, though. We're doing okay for steel. In fact, I could probably turn off the machining table as well. We're okay on steel. That's fine. You guys are fueled for a good long while. That's good. Just need to get these built with the components. Dosix is on it. Thank you very much, Dosix. Betty Loader's fueling it. Can you work on this? Do we have the components? Wildman wandering in named Clay. Hello, Clay. Undergrounder with a great memory. Really cool with plants. That's about it. That's all, though. I don't think I care. You don't really know how to fight. That's not astounding enough for me to really care. Okay, yeah, we got loads of components. That's really good. And refuel that for me as well, please, if you would, and then you can go to bed. So that's an extra 2 kilowatts that we're getting. And then the solar generators will help out a lot. So now overnight we're gaining 4,000 to 6,000 watts. If there's no wind, closer to 2,000 watts, because keep in mind, wind's basically out now. When wind's kicking up there, we'll be getting like 9 to 12 or so. Here we go, starting to ramp up now with that wind. And that'll be enough to keep the batteries healthy, to give us a big enough buffer to keep the hydroponics up even during non-wind periods. With the sun on the solar panels, that'll be nice too. Oh yeah, we'll get there. The research project we're going to continue to ignore. There are a few things that I would still like to have, like the pulse charge munitions is what allows me to get the charge rifle, which I think is... You know, a while ago the charge rifle was nerfed, and people for a little bit stopped using it, but I think it still has a lot of merit for the armor penetration, if nothing else. If you don't have any of the cool, like, really fancy turrets to bring down centipedes, the laser rifles are a really good bet. Now, granted, if you exploit really close quarters combat like this, and you just kind of build around that and use the shotguns and all that, then by all means go for the shotguns. But I think, considering I like doing a little bit of range, I think laser rifles would be the way to go. So at some point we should see about getting the research for that, so we are able to do it. Almost got one Warhammer done. Really curious on its quality. And shield belts we make at the machining table, I think, right? Because we could probably make some shield belts too while we're at it. 2 components, 50 steel, 2 plasteel. I mean, geez, make a few of those. Well, here we go. Amy, now's your chance. You have inspired creativity to finish up this uranium warhammer. It could potentially be legendary. There's a very small chance, but it could be legendary. It's likely going to be masterwork, and that's pretty much okay. What? Not even masterwork? Excellent? Amy. Well, that's like... garbage. Titled Mad Crab Mammal. The head does 36 damage. The handle does about 20, with 48 armor penetration on this thing. And it's blunt damage, so that's nice. That's what we're after. It does have art. It's an illustration of a circle, depicted by the careful arrangement of a large group of boxers. Cell-shaded style of the central scene clashes with the neoclassical depiction of the background. Odd. Scott, here you go. Have a warhammer. Making wart. Well, when you're done with that, have a warhammer. How about? And I think I force wear a shield belt for you as well. I don't know, man. And do I want the charge lance instead of the pump action shotgun for Praise the Sunset? Shooting 5. Yeah, nah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe for ASG instead of the rifle. Or SMG, rather. You can have the charge lance. I think you had it before already, right? Hey, Zion. Confusion from Alzheimer's. Get used to it. That's so bad considering you're like my big time melee guy, but I don't have enough Luciferium to feed you. Well, I in a way I do, but at some point we're gonna run out, we'll have to cryo you. And I don't have any healer serum to get rid of it either. What a problem. What an absolute problem. How we doing with the, Jeez, how we doing with this? Not great, huh? Alright. Betters are doing okay, though. They're looking pretty charged. So that's good. We did get the solar up. So I think our powered situation overall should be quite fine. Another geothermal would be pretty sweet to have. But I'm okay with what we've got, I think. I could go for some more also wind if we really want to as well, because the wind's pretty cheap, and when we get wind, oh boy, do we get wind. And we could line up just a good bit of wind here and just have that going nuts. It's a little bit tempting. Because these are already 1200 watts when they were like down to here. They get to be quite a lot. Zion's no longer confused. That lasts a decent while. Ugh. Guess we can turn this stuff back on, see how it holds. We're still a few kilowatts excess. The wind's dying down a bit. But yeah, with the 3 new solar, like, that's really good. And then the 2 of those, that's a lot of extra power that we've got. I think we can turn off this switch, so if we do get a short, it's not like super doomy because it's all massive and stuff. Jeez, we don't even really need you. See about powering this one down too? I don't think we need any. Like, man, even at night, I think we'll be okay. Grant, we have a little bit of wind right now. An extra 4 kilowatts of wind, basically. But that's still 2 kilowatts excess. The Warhammer build's done. Are any of these really super awesome cool? I didn't get a notification for it, so I feel like no. I just see the 1. So, no then? I'm gonna go with no. Let's smelt weapon. Why do I have... awful to poor for all things? We'll go awful to normal. That's allowing bio... Look, okay. I'm not sure what I had going on here. The one was just like, just smelt all the things always, which explains where the melee weapon went. This is melt down the poopy clothing will go off the normal now. And you're melted down regardless of its health. This is just melted down if it's in poopy shape. So if it's in poopy shape, just melt it down. I don't care what it is. Unless it's armor, yeah. Or noble apparel, sure. Or smoke pop belt, or yeah, that's fine. So melt down the apparel if it's poopy. If it is poopy quality, still melt it down. If it's armor. I think we just get rid of that one. That was the wrong one to get rid of. God, I'd love an undo. Okay, if it's, regardless of quality, if it's poopy, get rid of it. If it's clean or tainted or whatever, if it's noble apparel or one of these clothing things, if it's armor, hang on to it for a bit. If it's a smoke pop belt, hang on to it for a bit, because that stuff doesn't matter as much. All those as well, except psychic foil helmets, those we keep. So if it's tattered, just melt it down. If it's like within the colony somewhere. We'll duplicate this. So regardless, if it's between awful and normal, melt it down. Yeah. Hell, even if it's armor. Yeah, let's maybe just go awful to poor. If it's normal, then keep it. And smelt weapon, if it's awful to normal, just get rid of it. So we only keep good weapons. Okay. So, smithy then. We're maintaining simple helmets. We're going to maintain a spare shield belt. A good one. That's in good shape. And I would like to do... Geez, I don't have like any armor stuff, do I? We certainly don't have cataphract armor. We don't have recon armor either. Maybe we start down the armor chain, because I don't really want to backtrack to plate armor. Like, yeah, it works, but... Alright. Well, okay, that's fine. We can start in on that. Because it'd be nice to keep a steady supply of armors and stuff too. Because I don't want to clog everything up with just like garbage quality things here and there. Like it just clutters up, and a lot of the time it's not even worth selling it. Even if it's like a legendary thing, sometimes it's like, ooh, 120 silver. Which, yeah, it adds up a little bit, but... Working on changing over the western defense area, because while initially I thought like, you know, this is kind of okay, it is a bit of a shit angle for literally everybody else up here. So what I'm gonna end up doing here is probably also fix the walls a little bit too, because like well, I mean, the one here might be like okay now, but let's just like rip all this down and we'll see if we can redo that entirely. I'm going to just instead do basically a little box type thing with the entryway on the west side. We're going to continue this wall across though. We're keeping that. The rest of this can go. The turret's going to be moving up and north, so that's still watching this, so we don't have sappers just trying to like come through and do some bullshit like up and around that way. And I don't know what would cause them to try to get in through this way, but I don't know, maybe like the top corner of Zion's room if they want to get that and they spawn in like here. I don't know. But better safe than sorry. We're going to go ahead and do that. Ripping down these plasteel doors, going to turn these into like just steel because they're less important, and put a big plasteel door right here for us. Well, actually probably like right down there for us, honestly. So it's basically central. And then I guess we're keeping those, keeping those, keeping that, and that. And I suppose you? So barricade, barricade? And I suppose those can stay too. Okay, so we're not really changing around as much as I thought there. And that's fine. But yeah, and then sandbags, move them across. I have also... Granite okay? Yeah, granite's fine. I have also queued up some Devil Strand to be made. Since we researched Devil Strand, but I completely forgot to plant it. I think because I wanted to plant it with some rich soil, but there's not really a whole lot going around here. I think I wanted to see if I could get the hay grass sorted and then switch that over to Devil Strand. God, there's a lot of hay grass down there. 4,231. Holy hell. That's a bunch of it that's about to rot away. God, I wish I had haul urgently on so I could just tell everybody just haul that. I'll probably manually tell them to haul that. I might just let the animals into there and see how it goes. Just let them eat the growing hay grass. 0.07 nutrition. 0.05. Yeah, just let them... Maybe I just let the animals in there. But I don't know. Ugh. We'll just let them in. I don't know. Why not? Help me eat this, basically. And then you guys can then not have to be like at all over here, and you can stay in relative safety then. Relative safety. So basically hang out around the base. Up there's okay. But I will draw that path for you. If there's a path drawn for them, then they will take that path specifically to get to where they need to be. And yeah, we'll just say like around through like that they can take. That's okay. And to get up to here, I suppose we just have to be careful not to store like beer or anything there. But that's okay, I think, right? Also clear out the storage for down here. Well, actually, are we even storing drugs up here? We are a little bit. Okay. So then a new zone, which is going to be like the exact same thing, but just not things that animals could have. Well, pace settings, not meals, not raw food, chocolate, hay, kibble, pemmican, although I guess hay is fine. Medicine, no drugs, no. Not the wart. Not the plant matter. And the rest should be okay. Alright. So, plants at Devil Strand, that's all going up here. Is a big, huge lot of it? But, well, you need a big, huge lot of it anyway. It takes ages to grow, it takes a while to plant, you just kind of set it, forget it. There used to be blight that would occur that would take these things out, so you had to put them in hydroponics to prevent that, and also to speed them up a lot, but they can't be put in hydroponics nowadays, but also they don't get blight anymore. I didn't know that. For the longest time, I never played with Devil Strand. While it is a cool plant and it is nice to make clothing out of Devil Strand, it was just always such a pain in the ass to manage that I never bothered. However, we'll go for it. We'll go for it, we'll do it, we'll plant it, we'll harvest it when we can. I've already switched the tailor bench to use Devil Strand in its crafts. The duster, pants, button-down shirts are all using just Devil Strand. So as soon as that's done, we can go ahead and start making that. It will take a little while, that'll take a few seasons. But it is what it is. Wood stockpile is still quite extra. Oh, also the parkas. I've got the parkas set to just make parkas just all the time, always, and we'll just sell them when we can. Since I'm not really using the leathers or wool for anything else, figure why not, although make sure we're not making cloth, right? Okay. Yeah, because cloth I'm going to be using for carpeting and stuff. Because if we are going for the royalty escape, we need to have nice rooms for royalty to stay. Which, I don't know, maybe... I was thinking maybe we could fit them in down here. I don't know, I mean, there's tons of room up here also, it's generally fine. They can have their own little dining room up there and all that. That's kind of okay. A lot of work though. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff to do. We'll get there though. Classics, would you please reinstall this? I will just take a little bit of manual control over this. Some steel underground, but inside hydroponics. Right. 300 steel underground there. Nice new thing in 1.2 that just recently came. I can actually see what it is, so I can just hover over it. That's so handy, because if I select a drill also, that will also tell me what it is, which is just the best thing ever. That's so helpful. But yeah, it is in a fairly annoying spot. I mean, I can just like throw this inside here and it's kind of fine, but still a bit annoying. I'll take it. I will take it. Overall, a good find. Some more steel scanned in. I do wish it would actually bring up the highlight as soon as that happens. Some right there, and an ambrosia sprout going on as well. Where you at? Just there. I'm actually a little bit tempted to just ignore it, but we'll go ahead and say, yeah, go for it. Oh man, am I doing this a complicated way right now? Oof, man, this is hard mode, doing it this way around. What a puzzle this is, huh? Because I can't disconnect them at all. That's gotta stay, and... I screwed it up. Okay, oh well. Good enough. Jeez. Disallow sewing, right? Yeah, okay. Because, I don't know, it sells well, it's cool I never really used it to help people out though, like I never remember. Ever. And there was also the hay, that can be gone too. I removed the hay stockpile down there. I've taken off the kibble making, like there's no reason for it. Hay may as well just be stored down here. Yeah, I can't have a stockpile zone there as well. Man, oh man, are they eating like all of that up though? Ooh-ah. They need a lot of food. Permit choice. Luke can choose a new permit. Oh god. Unused permit points 4, honor 7. A laborer team. Group of 4 laborers to assist me for 4 days. They can only do general labor tasks and control them as though they were your own colonists, required to keep them safe. Requires 4 honor if I use it during cooldown. It's got a 60-day cooldown. Requires acolyte, and that turns into a laborer gang. That requires counter countess though. That's 8 cost. 60-day cooldown. That's just 8 laborers. Same deal though. Trooper squad being obviously the 4 late troopers as before. Janissary squad, the professional ones. The cataphract squad being the super fancy ones, but we need to be a counter countess for that. Transport shuttle. Shuttle for my own use will transport colonists, items, and animals anywhere you like within 70 world tiles, which is really, really far. That's super duper far. That's quite nice. Orbital strike. Single impact orbital strike at a location. 45 days. 6 honor cost. I mean, that sounds great. Orbital salvo as well. Extended salvo of orbital strikes around target position. I mean... hell, I'll accept orbital strike and orbital salvo, and we'll get the Janissary squad, and yeah, trooper squad too. Why not? Just like delete things, you know, left, right, and center, no problem. And that's just loot. Did I have anybody else who was actually a decent rank that could maybe also get a, well, no, tell me if they had a permit. That just makes things significantly more insane when you get a bunch of people who have a high rank. Another scan. Oh my god, Ricky the Vashby, you're going nuts with this. Super good. Did I get the long distance scan, by the way? Because it might be worth picking that up as well, just so I can pound out some, like, plasteel or whatever I might need. There's the ground penetrating scanner. Oh, Jesus, it's faster just to look in here, I think. Miscellaneous. Long range mineral scanner. Yeah, that. Yeah, that. We can get that set up as well. Bit of a messy area here, but no. God damn, that thing is loud. That's loud over there, Reki the Vosh Bear. Visitors, Eastern Hot Baron visiting. Few items to trade. But like... spoopy skeleton with armor. But like, basically nothing, right? Well... well... They got a few things. Like a prestige rope, maybe. They got the penoxyline that would be kind of okay-ish. Medicine, but I'm okay on medicine still, right? Like we got... well, we're a little bit low on normal medicine. But I think we do have that queued up to be made. Yeah, upwards of 45. But... Neutramine, I think we might be out of. I think we're out of neutramine. Can we get a little shelf set up and we can say neutramine goes there? Just wood is fine. We can throw it here, that's okay. Well, actually. We'll put it here. We'll say penoxyline and like cloth. Well, no, cloth goes down there. What else did you need? Herbal medicine. That's just right up north. Right. We'll just put the penoxyline there so we can see... or neutramine there. So we can see how much we have on hand at all times without even having to look over there. Just because... actually, we have 184 of it. It's all up there. We got a bunch of it. Where that? Who's supposed to be doing this? What is it? Karen? Required skill under 4. Okay. Is it crafting? Basics? Hold on. Crafting 4, intellectual 4. That might be why it's not being done. Scott. Scott, that's something that you can do. I will say specifically, Scott, do this. Scott, do you do anything else? You just cook and clean. All right. Well, I'll tell you one on that. Hopefully you're smart enough to just do the drug lab and you don't waste time doing other stuff. Now, we'll see how it goes. Found some gold also. Okay. What is your chance to find here? Are you really that insane at this? I mean, you are pretty nuts with it. And power's a little bit of an issue. Yeah, I got some hydroponics being made here. I thought maybe we could go for it. With no wind, it's a little bit rough though. No wind, all these generators. Was thinking I could also go with the wood generators too, because we got this little forest here just producing wood for me. We have like 2,000 wood. 3,000 now? Every time I look, there's a little bit more. I was thinking maybe we could do some of that. Just to help out a little bit too. I guess that could go... Could put a couple wood generators down here. That might be alright. And there's that. Let's tune this into plastil, I think. Random find interval 1.9 days. Man, alright. Oh, this fucking shelf. I hate how it just defaults. It just defaults things on there. We want new triamine on there specifically, please. Thank you. So then we can more easily at a glance see exactly how much we've got and what we're rocking. Floor removal. Yeah, that's not really happening right now. DOS6, what are you up to all night? Sleeping. Okay. Daddy loader. What about you? Aren't you a builder? Ah, yeah, you once were. You're more just hunting, hauling, cleaning now. Right. Okay. Gambit and Lou putting together some tea, keeping the colony fed, eating some packaged survival meals, wish you wouldn't. Looking good for meals though. Should be able to pound together a bunch of fine meals. I guess we can bring ClosetYeti down, like, a lot. Because we don't actually have meals right now, because there's actually so many ClosetYeti leaves being done that you spend all of your time making the tea. We finally hit the mark where we just have that many leaves going on. Wow, okay. So maybe don't bother sewing that. A little bit much. And Kieran, when you're done with that, clean up the kitchen, please. And cooking. Lou going to bed. Kieran's also probably going to bed. Gambit, shouldn't you be up and doing stuff? You are playing a harp. How about you cook breakfast for us, yeah?